This is a dream come true. Wanna win some extremely rare LEGO sets? Of course you do! Make sure to watch this video until the end to get the complete instructions. The avant-garde LEGO Stranger Things the Upside Down 75810 encapsulates most of what the hit television show has to offer in a neatly architected, satisfactory manner. This set looks awesome with the style of using studs not on top elements to add depth to the model, as originally popularized by the LEGO Ideas old fishing store 21310. This set is exemplary with the two trees on the sides, the car, the architecture, and the back, which shows off all of the rooms. The coolest thing with this set is that you can flip it upside down to see how this house looks in an alternative dimension, but I prefer to think of it as daytime and nighttime. Let's start with the normal side. The front yard has a nice police car, which is attached with a Technic pin. According to the LEGO instructions booklet, the Hawkins Police Department vehicles and uniforms were inspired by those used in Jaws of 1975. In my opinion, this car is quintessential of the 1980s look. For example, it has a nice little step on the front of the trunk to hint at the fact that it has a big engine. On top of that, this car looks amazing. Right here is a sticker, which is kinda a gripe of mine. However, I have no right to critique this set because the main model is spot on. The side view mirrors are perfect, which are represented by these 1x1 gray elements. On the top, we get the classic blue and red siren, but if we open up the rooftop, we will see a pumpkin behind the cage wall. Other than that, there is nothing special with this car. On the front lawn, we get nice 1x1 studs not on top pieces which finish off the terrain in an intricate manner. There is so much architectural work done with this set. The front gets nice pillars to support the overhanging roof. Underneath it, we get a nice chair, a table, a newspaper in front of the door, a bucket, a bench, and a swing. I love this swing because it can be used to make stop motions. The walls are so nicely decorated, there is so much depth, and the windows are awesome. If we open up this door and step inside it, we will see an amazing interior with a string of lights which actually light up. Not the string itself, but the light brick on top of the string does the lighting work. There is a wall with a stickered alphabet, and moving to the bottom, there is a very comfortable couch. The white and yellow elements make it extremely impressive, which inspires great admiration from the furniture designers of the show. I've never seen a multicolored couch before. Most of them are actually very bland and monochromatic. The table has a "Have you seen me?" poster, and overall, this room looks great. Moving to the left, we can see a 1980s style bedroom with a totally not Jaws wallpaper. On top of that, you get a cool desk which exploits many cool building techniques. I especially like the lamp, which is built in a creative way using robotic arms. On the right side, we get a pleasant sofa with a plant. The sofa looks very soft, and I like that it utilizes a regular chair piece. On the floor, there is a Dungeons and Dragons board game. That's not all with this house because you also get an attic. Here you'll find a camera, a magician's hat, and a couple of wallpapers. The roof is done very well. It isn't plain like what you find in most LEGO houses. The roof actually has a layered design with a couple of chimneys and an antenna. The sides also get a nice design with windows, but that's not the important part. Look at this tree. First of all, you get a cool little missing poster, and the tree as a whole is awesome. There are so many leaves and branches and everything needed to make it awesome. The other tree is pretty much the same, but it is mirrored horizontally. Before I flip this house, I want you to pay attention to its attachments. Both the normal and the evil houses are separate builds, but they are attached with ball joint connectors. Some of them even have overgrown leaves. Flipping the house, you can see that it is exactly the same, just with a more of a nighttime color scheme. The entire front yard is very messy with overgrown leaves and a mess of rocks. The pillars get overgrown vines, the front is a mess, the roof is a mess, and all of the messiness is done on purpose to replicate what you see in Stranger Things. These techniques also give it a horror look. Under the overhanging roof, you will see that the studs not on top elements use a more saturated blue color. Moreover, everything here is mirrored horizontally. In the lighthouse, we saw the swing on the right, but in the dark house, it's on the left. Everything here is pretty much the same as in the lighthouse, just with creepier colors, and I do really like the overall feeling of the exterior. The interior honestly looks like an abandoned house. Everything here is overgrown, and we get a black couch instead of a brown couch. Unfortunately, we don't get a light brick, or any attic features really. We just see overgrown leaves and no camera or a magician's hat. I like the bleak look of the interior. It reminds me a lot of the black and white design of the Steamboat Willie. I did a review of that if you want to check that out. The sofa is a sofa. The main thing that this room gets is an overgrown ceiling. There is nothing special about this room. Now, let's take a look at the bed. It's almost fully black and white and this room looks awesome. While building this set, this room actually took a lot of time to build. It's beautiful, and who could forget about that overgrown ceiling? In my opinion, the trees on this side look way better than the green ones. All of the leaves and overhangs want people to stand in awe of these wonderfully built trees. Both trees are amazing and this set looks awesome. If you want it to be shown off as a presentation piece, I'd recommend you use this side. It has a lot more depth and the scare value is here with this side. Before I conclude the review, let's take a look at the minifigures. Before we continue onto the minifigures, make sure to subscribe so that way you don't miss my next professionally done review. We get a total of 8 minifigures and I absolutely love them because for some of them we actually see new pieces. Our first minifigure is 11. She gets a very nice pink dress and I absolutely love it. She is a really good minifigure, but other than that there is really nothing special with the minifigure because we have seen the hairpiece before, I'm absolutely sure of it, and the printing isn't really unique for this minifigure. The second minifigure is Will Byers. He gets 2 faces. One of them is this really scared face because he just confronted the Demogorgon, and he gets a neutral face. I also love his hairpiece. It reminds me a lot of the haircut that I had as a kid, so maybe if I make a minifigure of myself, I'll use that hairpiece. The third minifigure is Demogorgon, and in the actual show he looks very scary, but in the Lego form he looks pretty innocent. If we take off his head mask, we will see that he does actually have sort of a facial printing without the face. Kinda looks like a mixture between a wooden thing and a plant-like thing. And I also love his new crooked minifigure leg pieces. We've never seen these leg pieces before, and it's nice that we actually got something other than the traditional minifigure pieces. When I first heard rumors about Stranger Things, I thought that they wouldn't be able to replicate Demogorgon's leg pieces simply because that Lego has never done something like this before, but this time they have done it, so I'm actually really proud of them. Our fourth minifigure is Mike Wheeler, and I like him because he does get a walkie-talkie. His overall look is nice, and he also gets fairly new legs which actually can articulate like the normal minifigure legs, but these ones are shorter than the normal ones. These leg pieces are not brand new to this set, we have seen them before in Harry Potter and stuff like that, but they are fairly new, something worth thinking about. He also does get 2 facial expressions, one kinda sad one and one kinda just angry one. Next up is Lucas and Claire, and I absolutely love his slingshot piece. It is just awesome, and his overall look is neat, but he does lack a second facial expression, which is kinda a gripe of mine. Coming in next is Dustin Henderson, and he also does get a walkie-talkie. His overall look is great, and I want you to pay attention to his hairpiece, because it's like a hairpiece mixed with a hat piece. It's just awesome, it's quite frankly mind-blowing. He gets 2 facial expressions, one kind of a goofy one, and the second one like a surprised/scared one. Next up is Joyce Byers, and she's the only minifigure to get a Hermione hairpiece, not in a Harry Potter set. That is an awesome thing for people who don't like Harry Potter but they do like Hermione's hairpiece, so they can just get this set instead. And plus, this set looks awesome. She gets 2 facial expressions, one kind of a scared one and the second one like a neutral one. Next up we've got Police Chief Jim Hopper. He's your typical cop with a coffee mug and a mustache. I absolutely love it. He looks like your everyday down-to-earth park ranger. Unfortunately, he does not get a second facial expressions, which is kinda a gripe of mine. Some of my final remarks with the set have to do with pros and cons. Pros? It's an amazing presentation piece with a lot of depth. The minifigures are astonishing. And finally, it's based on a TV show intended for older audiences. This is a very good thing. Clearly, LEGO isn't restrained by only making their sets on kid-friendly TV shows or movies. Cons. At $200, not many people are willing to get this set. On top of that, this set doesn't have any play features. I wish that we got at least something in this set. Other than that, it's a perfect set. That concludes my review. Please be sure to support me by smashing that subscribe button. This is your Bring Sales here, and I'll see you in the next one.